Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you are all doing well. I am just going to give it just 1 second. I know we are at the top of the hour, but I just want to make sure that I pop up on the other side of the screen. I know that there is a delay, so just give me 1 second. If you are watching the replay, just scroll ahead for just 1 second, and it looks like I'm good to go. Happy Sunday, my friends. Today is Sunday, August 3rd, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you are watching me live right here on YouTube. If you are live, pop in and say hello. I would love to say hello to you. And if you're watching the replay, please say hello as well. I always go back and read the comments that you guys post. Whether you're new here or returning, welcome. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tammy Civello, and welcome to Cards by TLC. And happy August. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's already August. And believe it or not, school starts around here in mid-August now. I know back in my days, it started after Labor Day, but in some parts in the US, they've already started like a week ago. So, and even around here, if you have year-round school, it's already in full force. So, why not have a teacher appreciation gifts? I'm going to go ahead and show you the two gifts. We are creating a hand sanitizer holder and a gift card holder just to show appreciation of those teachers, because why not keep the germs away? And honestly, an Amazon gift card is probably the best gift you can possibly give a teacher, because they have to fill their classrooms. I know my best friend already has like an Amazon wish list going, and teachers need help. So anytime you can give them, honestly, I would rather give them an Amazon gift card so they can replenish their classrooms. And that's, in my opinion, the best way. So these are two easy projects that you can mass produce. I'm going to mass produce them for craft fairs. I'm getting ready to dive back into craft fair season. So hand sanitizer and gift card holders are my two top sellers, and they are great teacher appreciation gifts. Both projects, like I said, are super easy. We are using the Label Me Grateful stamp set today. This is an online exclusive. We are pairing it with the textured notes dies. I absolutely love these. They give us some nice little patterns and textures around the edges. So these are great for stacking, and that is what I used on my gift card today. And then of course we had to pair it with my favorite Florals and Prussian designer paper. In fact, I'm already like almost empty, so I need to replenish that. I know that there is an in color sale starting on Tuesday for the 2025-2027 in colors, so I'm probably going to replenish at that point in time. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and get started on the hand sanitizer holder. That's quick and easy. Again, these are really easy to mass produce. The hand sanitizers are the ones that I get at Bath and Body Works. I always wait until they have their sale and stock up, because when they have their dollar sale, I am all about that. So let's go ahead and get started. The sizes and dimensions will be on my blog post tomorrow at cardsbytlc.com. Now, the hand sanitizer holder is kind of strange, dimensions, but they work perfectly. So we are starting off with a 6 1/16 by 3 5/8. So if you look on our trimmer, I absolutely love our trimmer. It actually has the 16th marks, and that 6 1/16 mark is right there. So I do have to put the arm up, and it's just right, that first notch right past the 6. And then it's 3 5/8. And let's go ahead and do our scoring. Our scoring is a little weird too, but trust the process. along the 3 5/8 end, we're gonna score it at 7/8. So I'm gonna come over here. It's easier for me to do it this way. So my 7/8 mark is right there. So we're gonna go ahead and score that. Then we're gonna rotate and do it at 7/8 again, only this time we're gonna do it on this end. So 7/8, 2 9/16. So the 2 9/16 is just that tick mark right past the 2.5 mark. So 2 9/16. And then 3.5, finally a normal score. And 5 1/4. So again, 7/8, 2 9/16, 3.5, and 5 1/4. Okay, now we're gonna come in and crease all of our edges with our bone folder. And I always like to crease them both directions, just to give it, break down those fibers, because we're making a box. Anytime I do that, I always like to go both directions. Now, in this direction, we're going to go ahead and cut up and remove the left-hand corner square. So I'm just going to cut up that edge and remove that square. But I'm also going to angle cut this just a little bit, because that helps with the folding of the boxes. Then I'm going to cut up this angle and do the same thing, just trim off just a little bit. Cut up that score line. Angle cut. Cut up that score line. And angle cut. Get that off. Come on, cooperate here. Get this out of the way. And then I have a silicone mat, so it's hard to grab that up. And then this is the front of our box when we fold it. So I have a 1.5 inch circle punch, and I'm just gonna punch my little notch out, just so we have that notch in the front of the hand sanitizer holder. Now I'm gonna come in with, you can either use tear and tape or liquid glue. I'm using liquid glue just because it will allow that extra wiggle room. And I'm gonna go right along that bottom edge, and then I'm gonna come up here and do this. Let me see. Yeah. Come up here and do this, and then I'm going to fold these up, and it's going to allow that extra wiggle room. So I'm going to come up here, and you want to hold that down, because, oh, come on. You want to allow that time to close up and hold down just for a split second. Okay, now we're gonna fold our box in. Let's see where we want our end here. They're about pretty even on that. So I'm just gonna add some glue to the bottom of this box. And I'm gonna hold that shut. And I'm actually going to put my hand sanitizer in, and that will hold the bottom of the box in place. So I'm just gonna hold that down just for a minute. Just making sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, we're good to go there. Okay, and I'm gonna leave this on there, in there, because when I put my 2-inch wrap, this is a 2 by 6 inch wrap, I want to hold that in place. So I want to be able to have that sturdiness to kind of help fold those edges. So I'm going to start with the back, and we're just going to kind of hand crease those edges. Then we'll go back in and crease them with our bone folder. So I'm just going to kind of slowly wrap that around. Okay, and then I'm going to come back in, and we will just enforce that crease mark with our bone folder. Then we have our next one. And this is just a nice little wrap. You can even tape it, or you could even glue it first and then wrap it around. I just like to go back in and enforce those edges. Okay. Come back in, and I'm going to add adhesive to this side now. Make sure I bring that down just a little bit. Hold that in place, and we're going to wrap that around. And I'm going to go ahead and add adhesive to this. And like I said, these are quick and easy to mass produce. You can tie a ribbon around it. I just happen to have, I think it's a 2-inch circle. Yeah, I have a 2-inch circle from my Stylish Shapes circle dies, or the circles from the Stylish Shapes dies. And then I'm going to come in with my strawberry slush and my sentiment, "You are so appreciated." There you go. You are so appreciated. And I'm just going to adhere that to the center of my hand sanitizer. And if you want to add some ribbon, some twine, whatever you'd like to do. Like I had one here that I did without the circle. I just did "You are so appreciated," added some twine around that, and did a nice little sunshine hand sanitizer. And then I'm going to come in with the In Color flat pearls and just add a little bit of extra something something. There we go. And there is that, our hand sanitizer. Next up, we are going to go ahead and make our gift card holder. Again, this is a fun, easy, this is great. You could use, I use the textured notes dies. You can use the arch dies. That would make an amazing, like, angle for that. I just didn't happen to have, I just don't happen to have the arch dies. So we're just going to go ahead and do the textured notes dies. Very quick and easy. It's a barn door or Dutch door, however you want to call it. We're going to start off with a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of strawberry slush, and we are going to score that at 4.25. Now we are not going to move that. I'm going to keep my hand here to hold that down to bring my cutting guide up. And we're going to cut down to 2 3/4. See this right here? I have a white strip of basic white cardstock that I adhered to the inside part of my arm on my cutting, on my paper trimmer. So we are going to line this, we're going to line that notch right there. I don't know if you can see that, with the 2 3/4 inch mark. So I'm going to hold that down and cut down to 2 3/4, which is right about there. Now I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to rotate this and line this up with 2 3/4. And now we are going to cut down to that score line. And it should have released this piece right here. Yes, sure did. So this you can use for another project. Come in here. I need to replace my cutting blade. So here is our barn door. Next up, I took the largest textured dies, and I cut this, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. I cut that out with our designer paper. The second largest I am using in the front. I did this in thick basic white. If you look, I did this in the original basic white, and it kind of made it a little flimsy when I adhered that. So I'm using the thick basic white just to give it that more of a cardstock feel. And this is the second largest. And then the third largest, I cut out another basic white one. And look at the stitching. I love how it's different in the different designs. So that is going to be the inside panel. And then I used the designer paper. I picked the prettiest part of the paper and I cut that out, and that is going to be our front panel. So these panel up really, really nicely. And I have a piece of scrap of basic white that I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment, and we're going to just fussy cut around the edges. I could have done a circle die, but I didn't want to cover up that flower, so I just kind of wanted to go around the edging of the sentiment. So again, you are so special. And I know it's a little crooked, that's fine, because I'm going to be cutting around that. But while I have this out, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my insert panel, and then you're the best. Like I said, this sentiment stamp set is perfect for a teacher or someone that you really appreciate. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add my insert piece just like so. And again, this equals out to 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have our inside piece. And then let's go ahead and adhere our designer paper onto our front. And then before we adhere that, I need to show you how you need to adhere it to the Dutch door so it becomes a gift card holder. So we have our Dutch door right here, and we're going to lay that down accordingly, just kind of like center that up. And I'm going to only add adhesive right about there. And I am just going to go along the edges of the two sides and the bottom. So that adds a little bit of, so you can add the gift card holder. If you were to do this whole thing, you wouldn't be able to slide your gift card holder in. And again, I'm just going to go about just a quarter or about 3/4 from the top. And this allows that gift card to still slide in there. So again, you're going along the two sides and the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and put this back down, and that covers up the center. And I want to make sure that that covered up the center. That's why I put this kind of in the center as well. And I added just a little bit of extra glue. I didn't mean to do that, but it happens. And now, let me grab my gift card. Now we can slide our gift card in there, and it's perfect. It makes the perfect pocket for your gift card. Now you can decorate this on the inside. I had ran out of designer paper, so I am waiting till I get that in to add this, to add some little extra love right there. And you can even put another basic white with another sentiment. So that is the gift card part of it. And now we're going to go ahead and bring in our paper snips and just kind of go around the sentiment. Just kind of going around the lettering of the sentiment. And you want a smaller paper snips. It's just easier to fussy cut around the lettering. So you can use whichever brand paper snips is your favorite. Then I'm going to come in here and add some adhesive and bring in some linen thread. Okay, and then wrap that around my hand a couple of times. And then we're going to twist it and lay that down. I'm going to bring this extra up here just a little bit. And then I am going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop that up. Just kind of hold that in place. Okay, and then I'm just gonna lay that right about there. Do I want to bring it up here? No, down here is fine. I just don't want to cover up those pretty flowers. And then I'm gonna finish. I don't think it needs to have extra embellishments or yeah, because that just kind of takes away from the flowers. So there is our gift card holder. Perfect, quick and easy, along with our hand sanitizer for our teacher appreciation gifts. So Again, I would highly recommend maybe giving them an Amazon gift card so they can fill up their classrooms. Maybe around the holidays, give them like a Starbucks one, or their favorite coffee place is a great place to kind of give them the extra caffeine that they need to get them through the rest of the year. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. And if you liked these videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell to all so you don't miss any of my future videos. I upload a template Thursday with Tammy on Thursdays. I have our Sunday lives here together, and then on Tuesdays I upload a Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button as well. It helps my channel grow. I'm continually growing my channel, but I hope you all have the wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time for more creative fun. Bye everyone.